Good morning, everyone. My name is Pranay. I'm from CSC AML Section C from first semester. Today, my subject professional communication. As a part of my subject professional communication, today my topic is how puzzles and riddles can prove productive in our routine, and how puzzles and riddles, by solving them, how approaching them, and how understanding, and how the role of whenever we solve puzzles, whenever we look at puzzles, how they help in our daily life, and how they help our personality, mindset, and brain. Let us discuss each and everything detail, and let me introduce about the puzzles and riddles, and the concept of puzzles and the concept of riddles. So we all know that the puzzles and the riddles have been accompanied in human civilization from its earlier stage. Before long, so the puzzles and the riddles, they were used as a mental way to approach your personality. Okay, long before written language emerged, ancient people used mental challenges as a way of storytelling, teaching, and bonding. Over centuries and centuries, there have been a typical puzzles evolved. Like nowadays, we are seeing that finding words is a type of puzzle, and finding mathematical puzzles, and finding word games, finding brain teasers, finding brain twisters, and finding brainstorming games, and finding brain games, strategic board games, and riddles, analytical problems. So there are many visual illusions, there are many way of puzzles evolve into many forms. So while solving these puzzles, so today what is happening means, there are not only entertainment purpose, these all puzzles are not only meant for entertainment purpose, but this help in strengthening of human brain. The human brain strengthens, and the human brain becomes sharp by solving these puzzles. And I think it is a very good initiative that everyone practice a puzzle or a riddle per day, such a way that it gives our brain a input to function in a proper way and think in an effective manner. Because of that, we can stop being lazy and we'll start working very hard, and our brain works hard, and we can see a very good brain development results and personality development. So as the technology is dominating nowadays, people have been become more significant in their Play Store apps or App Store apps, approaching riddles as an app. But it also highlights very good development and personal development. It also helps emotional stability, productivity, thinking, knowledge, and everything. And let us start with the evolution where this puzzles and riddles concept had been started. So ancient years, as we know, Egyptians were the first people who had dissected the puzzle in the era of BCE. Greeks used riddles not only in literature but also religious ceremonies, such as the famous riddle of the Sphinx. In the medieval times, the puzzles became as a part of education practices, teaching logic, mathematics, and philosophy in many ways. By the 19th century, the newspapers and print cultures expanding, puzzles like crosswords, cryptograms became widespread. Today, digital platforms host millions of puzzles globally. Nowadays, we see that in time pass, or as a time pass activity, or a very good boosting activity. The schools, the colleges, and the phones, the technology. There is nowadays the teachers, the school days, the school for primary kids, very primary students. They have been teaching puzzles. They have been introducing them to puzzles, to solve puzzles, to improve their brain knowledge, and to improve their accessible nature. This shows that mental challenges have always served a purpose beyond amusement, shaping intellectual and sharpening human thinking. So, let us go the nature of cognitive engagement through puzzles and riddles. So, cognitive engagement means deeply involving one's mental thinking or reasoning, analyzing very way. Unlike puzzles, they require very good brain demand, because we have to think effectively, we have to think in a proper mind, consistent mind, in a very good pattern. We have to analyze step on step, we have to reach a very good conclusions, we have to make a very good step, and we have to use a proper coordination, very good brain flexibility, We have to use everything, very good neural activation. We have to, our neurons will activate by solving these puzzles. Neural activation increases, it increases brain flexibility. When people start engaging in this riddles or puzzles, the brain is required to coordinate, inform more than multiple regions. So this coordination strengthens mental endurance and contributes to better decision making, problem solving, and focus in real life situations. Scientific perspective on brain activation. As the modern science says that by solving the puzzles, multiple brain regions like prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and parietal lobes. So the prefrontal cortex is helpful for reasoning and developing and planning. So the prefrontal cortex, by solving puzzles, it gets sharpened, and the kid, the child, the person, an individual can improve their reasoning and planning skills such a way that, like, people nowadays, they face many problems in logic, cracking, reasoning, and planning. So by solving puzzles and being making puzzle a habit, helps to improve their reasoning and planning. The hippocampus manages memory formation and storage. By practicing the puzzles, we can memorize more and more and more, and our memory storage and memory will be improved. And the parietal lobe is particularly handling spatial reasoning, and logical deduction. So I think where these regions are stimulated simultaneously, cognitive strength increases. Neuroplasticity is enhanced, meaning the brain becomes more adaptable, capable of forming new connections, and able to recover faster from mental fatigue. Scientific studies show that even short daily puzzles can help concentration, learning ability, memory retention significantly. The psychology behind riddles. Riddles operate on operations of misdirection, metaphorical language, and dual meanings. They push the thinker to look beyond the literal interpretations and examine deep content. Physiologically, riddles promote cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift from one perspective to another. This flexibility is essential in everyday life, where unexpected events often demand quick adaptability. Riddles also stimulate curiosity and emotion linked to dopamine release. This makes the solving process enjoyable and inherently rewarding, enhancing logical reasoning skills. There are many logical benefits, logical reasoning skill development because of puzzle solving and riddle cracking, because as it is helpful in both academic and real world examples. Like the puzzles, they improve logical clarity, so the person can logically apply his brain, and his brain is logically ready for applying the knowledge, such as we play sudoku, logical grids, mathematical problems. These help the person to identify accurate results and accurate brain analysis, such a way that it makes good decision power, and it improves mind strengthening. So the consistent practice and effective hard work and very good care and very good interest towards the puzzles can increase your brain power, logical power, and there are many improving. And let us also see in a new benefit of it, that is strengthening critical thinking. The critical thinking also improves because as puzzles and naturally, and these are encouraging these type of critical thinking. When you solve a puzzle and identifying logic in the puzzle, you need some thinking, and your brain need to think at point. So by solving these puzzles, by taking the clues, the solving the clues, by using your brain, you need to solve those, and in order to solve it, you have to think. So I think it is improving thinking, so that it increases clarity and truth, improving short term and long term memory. There are many people who forget in a short term, and there are many people who has very vague memory. So by solving puzzles and by solving riddles, by understanding them, by adopting them, by making them a regular habit, they can improve their short term and long term memories. Okay, there they can use good strategies, they can improve new strategies to remember, and the remembering ability increases, and enhancing concentration and mental endurance. Modern life is full of distractions from digital notifications like Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and friends messages, calls, and environmental noises like playing music outside on a road as part of event. Puzzles help individuals to maintain proper attention, and eliminate the barriers, distractions. When you solve a puzzle, the brain constantly focuses until the puzzle is completely solved. So this concentration levels can be increased, so that this concentration levels, by practicing them in puzzles, you can apply them in academically, like preparing for your exams or preparing for your topics and preparing for your subjects. Developing patience and persistence, as you know, many puzzles sometimes there will be challenged and it cannot be solved immediately. At that time you will be taking many attempts, replaying again, you'll play again, you'll give an attempt. So I think it increases the patience and persistence, perseverance, the quality of achieving despite difficulty. I think it increases because as in games nowadays, we fail, still we try. So it gives us a competitive spirit nature to fight back again the to solve the problem. And emotional well-being and stress reduction. Puzzles provide emotional relaxation by shifting the mind away from stresses. When individual becomes immersed in solving the puzzles, and calm effect, and similar to meditation, the dopamine generates in the brain gives a very calm and peaceful state, such a way that the brain can function in a very good place, and the mood can be lifted up, and the anxiety will be reduced, and mental clarity will be enhanced. And improving time management skills, it improves time management skills, and it helps the solvers to prioritize steps, eliminating unnecessary actions. And it is helpful for daily routine to improve, and it helps in time management, like work in workplace, in your deadlines, in your projects, in your school days, in your academic purpose. It is helpful in managing times, as because we solve the practice, or we practice the puzzles in an effective time efficiently. So due to this, avoiding all this unnecessary step and working strategically, it helps your time saving method. And the next is educational benefits. By solving these puzzles, we can understand that the student can improve his brain power, critical thinking power, the patience, perseverance, and what are the qualities required for a student in his studying age. And all these qualities can be boosted, and learning, it will be becoming a good learning tools practice for him, and it will be helpful him to get more confidence in challenging subjects, improving his grades. And I would like to conclude that, as though people see puzzles and riddles as a simple leisure, but taking it in a meaningful role can help a lot in our daily life. They stimulate the mind, sharpen critical and creative thinking. They encourage us to approach challenges with patience and curiosity. Moreover, puzzle helps stress reducing by offering a refreshing mental break, turning complex problems into enjoyable challenges. In a world that the puzzles and riddles, as we adopt into our routine, I think it can enhance our mental strength, and it promotes a good and a balanced lifestyle. Ultimately, they serve as simple but powerful tools for lifelong learning and personal growth. With this, I would like to conclude my topic, and I thank each and everyone for giving me this opportunity to speak about this topic. And thank you, everyone. Thank you.